Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are familiar with my face. Today's video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be a continuation of my original video about schizoaffective disorder. About a year ago, I uploaded this schizoaffective disorder video, and it's the most watched video on my channel, and I have over 300 comments on it, and I gained so much support from so many people. I wasn't expecting to get like a reaction like that, and I still get messages up to today, DMs up to this day, comments up to this day, with people telling me that I helped them figure out things for their friend or family, or I helped them as an individual who's going through it themselves. And it just made me feel really good, and I decided that I'm going to turn that into a little series so that I can, take it video by video and thoroughly talk through everything and, help as many people as I can. So today's video is going to be all about the hallucinations. I did not talk about my hallucinations in that video. I felt like if I did, I was gonna get off track, so I just, brushed it off. And I really didn't have the intention of making a second video. Like, I kind of thought about it for a while, but after I saw how many people, responded to that video, I was like, yeah, like, I could definitely do some good with this. Little side comments. I got two little side comments that I'm going to try to go through real quick. First thing is I am getting over being sick. I still got like this nasally problem going on and a little bit of congestion, so my voice sometimes like comes in and out or changes a little bit. And the second thing that I wanted to touch on is I know I have not been on YouTube consistent whatsoever. I am feeling more back to myself, and I'm feeling a lot more inspired. So now I'm gonna try to be a little bit more consistent, but I am always consistent on Instagram. So my Instagram will be in my bio. Currently I'm doing like this Christmas series makeup look, so if you're into that, go check out my Instagram, and let's be friends. But with that long intro, let's get into the video. When I gained this disorder, I was 12-ish, around 12, and you can't get diagnosed with this disorder until you're 18, I believe. Like, that's what I've heard other people say, but I personally knew that I had this disorder around 16, 17. By seeing like so many doctors. When I first gained this disorder, it kind of just like smacked me up against the head. it changed me overnight, and the reason why this disorder basically changed me overnight is because of the hallucinations. These hallucinations that people experience, especially just starting out with gaining this disorder, is most of the time it's scary stuff. Most of the time it's very unpleasant, and it's very scarring or upsetting, and that's the truth. But through time it will get better if you are on medicines. Like, I can't sit here and say that you're gonna get better without medicines, because there's medicines meant for this. I tried for years to not take medicine because I had this belief that medicines weren't gonna work, which was a part of my disorder, because that's what I was hearing inside of my head. So I completely just cut off taking medicines for years. But now that I'm in my right mind, yes, you need medicine if you want to get better. everybody's hallucinations are different, you know, like I can't sit here and talk for everybody. So actually, if you have this disorder, comment down below what are some of the things you see, because I'm interested to know, you know, like sometimes a lot of people see like similar things, but there are times where people see completely other different things. And yeah, when I first gained this disorder, I saw a lot of like evil things. That's what I assume it is. Like, it was very scary things, like out of scary movies type, you know. I kind of cut out watching scary movies because of that. Because whatever I was watching, I just knocked out my earring. But whatever I was watching, I would more than likely see. So, I retracted of all types of scary movies, no demon movies. I'm barely around, like coming around now that I'm 19 to watching some thriller and barely scary, because that is a trigger for me personally. If I see something scary, I'm more than likely gonna see it or hear it, you know? A thing that was really hard, and it took me a while to realize that it was a symptom, was I will be watching TV, I will be listening to somebody talk to me, and they'll be saying one thing, but I will hear something else. And sometimes it won't make sense. Sometimes it's mean. And sometimes it's just like weird. Let me give you an example. So I could be watching the Weather Channel and the TV people will be talking like, oh, the weather for today is like 70 degrees with a side of kick-ass, basically. Something weird like that. And I'll look up and I'll be like, did they really just say a side of kick-ass or whatever? Or I'll be talking to my boyfriend. He'll be telling a story or something, and then out of nowhere I'll hear in his voice him saying like, I hate you, or you're stupid, or blah, 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 like something negative. And like a thing to do with that is reality checking. There's been several times where I'll stop him when he's talking to be like, did you just say this? Like, oh, you're fucking like ugly or retarded or whatever. And he'll be like, no, I've said, and then he'll say whatever he was talking about. So for a while, I didn't know that that was a symptom of mine. So I used to get really pissed off at like people around me when I would hear them say negative things, but it wasn't them. It was in my own head. So like I said, reality checking is very good. If you're around somebody and you hear something that you don't think is quite right, ask them, hey, did you just say this? Or, hey, did this TV show just say this or this? Like, ask people around you, especially if they're there to help you. Ask. I would say that visual hallucinations are, like, sometimes you can tell that they're real, sometimes you can tell that they're fake. But when you are barely gaining this disorder, you think most of the time everything you're seeing is real. And it really does put you in a dark place, because you might be seeing like somebody in your family that's dead, and it hits you in a certain spot where it kind of hurts because you know that they're dead, but then you're like, wait, they're real, they're right there. That was something that I had to deal with my grandmother. She died when I was 8, and I used to see her all the time when I gained this disorder, but it was never the right her. Does that make sense? It was kind of a more demented, evil version of her, but it was still her. So it hurt. It hurt. A more recent symptom, visual hallucination that I've had, is I've been seeing symbols as I'm falling asleep. These symbols, I can't tell if they're words. I can't tell if they're like hieroglyphic. They might just be a figure in my imagination. It might not mean shit. But I have like a picture of writing that seems like it's writing that's pretty similar, and if y'all know what language this is, comment it down below because I have two things to show y'all. Yeah, these are like kind of the writing that I'm thinking I'm seeing, but whenever I see something, I only see one thing at a time, so like one word, one letter at a time. I also have a journal, and yes, it's Winnie the Pooh. This was from my grandmother, so I don't care. I also keep a journal to journal things when, you know, you're seeing something that makes you feel uncomfortable, you're hearing something that makes you feel uncomfortable, you're feeling something that is uncomfortable. I highly suggest writing it down. For years, I was on and off with journaling, and I recently came back to it, and I can say, you know, like with how long I've had this disorder, I do finally feel like having a journal is better than not having a journal, because you can go back and read on it and just, you know, it's crazy. It's just crazy. But I've tried to draw out like some of these symbols that I'm seeing to like the best of my ability. So here's these symbols that like will flash before my eyes. This one kind of looks like a person. But yeah, like I have no idea what these symbols kind of are supposed to mean. If they mean anything, I don't know. But I felt like I wanted to throw that in there because I feel like some of you guys might be seeing symbols too. Like, I know I'm not the only one out there that sees symbols. So if you see symbols as well, comment down below, because I'm interested to find out who else sees it. Now, I'm going to tell you a few things to help you avoid seeing negative things, or when to realize that it's not real. Most of the time, if it's something negative or demented or evil, it's not real. That's just how I say it in my head, you know? If you're hearing something that's so fucked up, it's not real. Another thing is, this is for, you know, people that think about doing, I don't know, drugs to help cope. There's people that will hallucinate more if they take certain drugs. And obviously that's going to be LSD, shrooms, any type of like upper is a chance to make you see or hear more. But also edibles. Not weed by itself. In my case, I can smoke weed and like I won't go into like a crazy episode where I'm seeing things more than usual or anything like that. But let me tell you, edibles will send my ass into a different world, especially because of my disorder. I could probably give you guys a story time about this one time that I went to Florida with basically strangers and was super high off edibles basically the whole time, and how I kind of embarrassed myself now that I think about it, because like I said, edibles send my ass into a whole nother world. I was hallucinating while eating that edible, and I was making a fool of myself. So if you if you guys want to hear about that, just let me know, because that's gonna be funny to talk about. But yeah, stay away from edibles. Definitely. Stay away from scary content. Anything that'll make your mind, you know, tick, stay away from it. And find something that you love and that you can hold on to, you know, something that you can stay true to. And for some of you guys, that might not make much sense, but here's my example. When I was, you know, 12, gaining this disorder, that's when I started getting on YouTube and just watching makeup tutorials, and started doing my own makeup, because it was an outlet where, you know, it could take me away from this negative feelings and hallucinations and all that. It'll take me away from it. And put me in a peace state of mind. So makeup definitely helped me, you know, throughout the years. I would do my makeup basically every single night when my parents were sleeping because I couldn't sleep. I would stay up night after night just practicing, watching more YouTube videos, practicing just to, you know, escape for a while. So I say to you guys, find something that will help you escape, but don't go to drugs, because drugs will only make it worse. And I can attest to that, whatever. So yeah, you guys, that's all I really feel like I can say for now. Just comment down your questions if you have any questions for me or any questions that you want answered in the next video. Once this video accumulates a nice little section of questions, that's when I'm going to film the next video. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hoped I helped some of you, hopefully. Subscribe to my channel and don't forget to click that little bell to get notified of my next video. You're not going to want to miss any more of my content because, like I said, I'm feeling super, you know, inspired and super, like, done with boundaries, done with just the norm. I want to do what I want to do on this channel now. And that I feel like is a little bit more of a story time type of vibe, because, you know, my story time videos are my most watched videos. So yeah, I think I'm going to transition a little bit onto story times. But you guys, listen, I'm a fucked up person. You know, like, I watch all these story time YouTubers where these people are trying to constantly make themselves, like, look like not the bad person, but I, in a lot of cases, have been a bad person. So obviously a lot of these videos will probably be pretty controversial, and I just hope that you guys can love me for me, and I will love you guys for yourself as well. So anyways, I need to stop rambling. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. That was a weird, like, weak ass bye. Bye.